Okay, I am here, and I'm going to be sketching a pumpkin and doing tarot card readings. And I did have all this with this computer going. I don't know what happened. Here we go. It must have went to sleep for a second. There we go. Alright. I'm going to do a simple pumpkin because the residents, of course, they ask me when I'm going to make them a pumpkin. And I did want to do an eagle, but if I don't come back with this pumpkin and a rose, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna hear about it all day. So here we go. I'm picking up the image that I like. Oh hi, Poja. Yeah, I try. I try to keep up these new looks. They say it's important in social media, so alright, I'm just gonna look at these lines and yeah, you can ask. That's why I'm here. I got cards, and then I got residents that have cornered me and they want decorations for their rooms. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I didn't know if I would look fun blonde. I never. Well, the one time I was blonde and my hair was so fried it was ridiculous. So it is what it is. So now I'm down to hair extensions because I'm not trying to fry my hair again. So, all right. All right. Slovenia, you want to know in 3 months, and I'll get to you, Poja. All right. All right. Slovenia, I think that's it. Okay. Let me get you done since I got this all out here. All right. You got the Page of Swords. And this talks about thirst and knowledge and mental agility and chatty and education. It's always good to be in the Page of Swords. And then you got the Four of Swords surrounding you, and this is meditation, contemplation, peace and quiet, planning for the future. And then you got strength surrounding you. And this is obviously strength, courage, persuasion, compassion, taming control, and overcoming self doubt. In the 3 months, I see your new path is going to be self awareness and trying to bring what's inside out. So I would take it, my play of it is things that you have put personal barriers against, is what I'm picking up. All the times you have said, Savina, that you can't do it, you're going to get a push. So you can do it. And it's going to come in moderate ways, which is good. This is how I got up here on YouTube. So I wish you luck in your new path. It's very positive. And budget your money. When you're on a path like I've been on when I started YouTube, careful budgeting is an issue, and then the money comes later. Just a little bit of advice on this kind of path. And Poja, you want to know what Shubham feels about me. And I am not a natural blonde. Oh, you're welcome. I hope they made sense to you because it sure did make no sense to me. But yeah, Poja, I'm brown haired. So this is just my having fun being blonde for the day. I enjoy having my changing it up. Thank God for Amazon. I love them. But let me get you in here now. I'll see what cycle you and Shubham are on. Because there's different cycles you could be in with somebody, and no one's a wrong choice, but it's if you choose to be with somebody on a path that is really, really. Oh, hi, Aman. If you choose to be somebody in a path that they've done a lot of bad things and they have to they got to redo it, it could be a long path waiting for them. So, oh, you like the hair too? I wish I was born a natural blonde. This would be great. All right, Poja Shubham. All right, let's get Shubham's cycle going here. Good old Shubham. All right. That cycle is in the star. And this talks about hope, inspiration, creativity, calm, contentment, renewal, serenity, and spirituality, healing, and positivity. It's not a bad cycle to be in with somebody. It really, really is not. And then you guys are surrounded by the Ten of Cups. And this talks about gratitude, wishes that you've been waiting patiently and haven't coming true soon, abundance, enjoyment, celebration, harmony, balance, and success. I guess you're a pure soul. And this guy must be too. I don't know. This is a very good reading. Then you got Queen of Pentacles. And this, she is nourishing, practical, providing, financially, prosperity, wealth, homemaker, and down to earth. In the future, there's a possibility of a family, but you guys are right now in a cycle of the star, which means you're being judged. And when you're judged like this, if one person in this cycle kind of has ill intentions, that's when cycles break off. So it doesn't seem like there's a lot of ill intention. So I wouldn't worry about it. I think that you guys are doing fine, but I wouldn't rush anything and save your money. In these kind of cycles, money is going to become a problem. Because if a child comes, you're going to need money too. And they're very expensive. So, oh, you like the hair about? I'm glad. I'm trying to be hip like everybody else on YouTube. And I used to be a model when I was younger, and there was more time to do different styles. And now that I paint and do, I guess, a little bit everything because I love photography. I eventually want to be able to paint water. This is my new goal in life: is painting water. I've done everything I'm supposed to do. I already done second marriage, and I got 2 grandkids. I'm just trying to live my best life. So this is it. But let me get you. You want to know what's going to become next with you and Ahmed. Oh, yes. You're sitting here by yourself with your dog and getting so much food that your mother-in-law gives you that's healthy. I give my dog my some of the meals she gives me because they don't have any salt or anything in them, which I don't use a lot of salt anyways. But I split it up between me and Chong. And now the boys are stable and taking care of their families, and I talk to them every day, and I like being at arm's length. It's not bad. It really isn't. Oh, you're welcome, Poja. I just try to help with whatever knowledge the universe gives me. That's where I'm at these days. All right. Now, Ahmed. All right. You and Ahmed are in the Ten of Wands. And this talks about pressure, depression, exhaustion, overcommitment, sacrifice, dedication, achievement, and award. Right now, you guys are thinking way too deep. I'm getting that. A lot of times when you're starting out at a relationship and you're kind of not coming together and saying, we're going to just do this and this is how life is, it becomes stale. And then you get a Ten of Wands. It's when there's not total freedom on one side or the other. That's what Ten of Wands means. Then you got the Empress, and this talks about abundance, fertility of motherhood, pregnancy, sensuality, creativity, art, harmony, and luxury. So this must be you. And there's the Queen of Cups also. And this is emotionally stable, intuitive and flow, nourishing, vulnerable, obstinate, love, and strong. I'm thinking this Queen of Cups is like a mother figure to this Ahmed. That's what I'm getting. And he's torn between two. And he doesn't really know which way to go. He doesn't want to be, he's committed to one but not the other. It's something of a mother figure. And he's trying to just get his life together. That's what I'm getting. This could go either way. I would maybe just keep an arm's length and just let him find himself. Ahmed's right now hasn't fully found himself yet. And people like that, sometimes it's dangerous to push too much. If you push too much on someone that hasn't found themselves, it's not good. All right. I'm going to start on this basic pumpkin. Oh, hi, Debbie. You want a love read? I could give you a love read. Let me sharpen this pencil. I'm just doing some Halloween decorations for my residents at the nursing home. All I hear about, because Halloween's close, I gave 2 other residents pumpkins, and they want to know where their pumpkins are at. So that's where we're at in the nursing home world. And I'm glad to have my 4-day vacation from all of them because they have driven me crazy. I even got to the point where I took out garbage on the unit 7 times. Oh, you love this season? Me too. And then this crazy girl goes, "Oh, you didn't take the garbage out," and she took a picture because I forgot to, because somebody's bed was dirty. and I had took care of the whole unit. And she told me, I'm going to tell the boss. I said, and I was like, I don't care. And she goes, what, are you threatening me? I was like, no, you got the picture. I don't care if you show the boss. And I walked away from her. And of course I had to see her. So I took down this half a thing of garbage. And even the nurse don't even like her. And she thinks that she's trying to get me fired. This girl's crazy. This is why I don't work Monday through Thursday. Oh yeah. It was crazy. Forget sometimes people come into work, they don't, and then you deal with people. That's the thing. When you're dealing with people, it's a whole new different thing. I think it's easier to take care of animals than people. People are just very complicated, especially when they get older. You end up buying them half of their stuff. I buy them soap and everything. It's crazy. It's like I have a bunch of kids. That's why I'm on Amazon. I'd be buying them deodorant, all kinds of stuff. So that's why they love me so much. That's why I'll never be able to leave there because they're not going to know who's going to buy them their deodorant no more. But you got a Knight of Wands in here. Oh yes, I am very nice because we're all going to be old. We're all going to be in a hospital bed, and we're going to have an accident, and we're going to think to ourselves it was be nice to have some body wash, or I stink a little bit. It would have been nice to have a little deodorant. And these are the things that people, they forget to bring their family members a lot. And the thing is, we go in the rooms and we need it. So if it's not there, they feel betrayed. So this is why I do it. That, and I'm just nice. But you're in the Knight of Wands, and this just talks about inspired action, adventure, initiative, ambition, drive, desire, enterprise, fire starter, feisty. You're my kind of woman. Maybe we were related in a former life. And then you have the Emperor. And this talks about power, and this surrounding you. And this talks about power, recognition, ambition, logic, concentration, rationality, new opportunities, and promotion. This is going to, I feel there's going to be a successful man coming your way. Someone that's about getting his life together. And then you got the Nine of Wands also. And this talks about vigilance, boundaries, inner strength, challenge, competition, success, victory, and courage. Well, this person that's going to be coming, he's going to have darker hair and brown eyes, but he's doesn't know about boundaries, this person that's going to be coming. And for you to be with this person, you're going to have to be able to set boundaries to kind of show him that what you're going to put up with and what you're not. Because this is a man that is successful that's coming in. This is how some successful people they are. So there is someone coming, but it's not these power driven people. When they have their boundaries from the get go, they're not horrible to be with. My husband is very power driven. He really is. So I get it. I really do. No, nothing with an X. I'm just picking up somebody that's like in a position of like a boss or authority. I'm not picking up anything with the X. So But the next guy is gonna have some power. And he's gonna have money, so beware. I mean, he's gonna be nice. He's gonna be like my son. He's gonna be a bloodsucker. He's gonna be nice and all for the family, but he's gonna be a protector. Sure, I can give you a reading. It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a while, XXL. Tyson. I don't know what that means, Debbie. I'm hoping it means something good. I really do. I do try to. I try to give good readings. This is too much hair. Okay. Oh yeah, it's been a while. Oh, you're welcome, Debbie. Just remember when you meet the successful man, put those boundaries down and he will come running right towards you. Don't be don't be like trying to over spoil them. Show them that you're independent and it'll work out way better. Way better. You got to snare people into a trap. And if they pass, they pass. You got to always have tests in your life. Always. Always. I test everybody, and so should everybody else, because people are always deceptive in this world. So they really are. All right, you want to know about love, XXL. All right, your love sector. I've been dead and been through the abyss and back. I've seen heaven and hell. I know I could tell you I do these readings because I've seen what's important when you die and what they really care about when we have relationships. And I will tell you, XXL, they only care about the babies. They do not care about your personal happiness. They do to a certain point because if you're happy, the child's happy. But this is how the universe goes. It was heartbreaking when I found out, but at least I found out. And it's not horrible because we can control our own destiny in roundabout ways. So I did learn that. And that's good news. Good news. But you have in your love sector Five of Cups. And this talks about despair, yearning, disappointment, regret, boredom, dissatisfaction, stagnation, nostalgia, and heartbreak. You got a lot of people that left scars. You have, and scars are something. I have a lot of those, XXL, and scars can last a lifetime, but sometimes you have to rise above all your scars and realize that it wasn't you, it was them. And the best revenge is living well. But this is where your energy is at for love, and it's real low. Real low. And you're surrounded by the temptress. And this talks about balance, moderation, patience, purpose, soulmates, economy management, and accommodation. Then you're surrounded by what the heck is this one? Oh, the High Priestess. Okay. And this talks about subconscious mind, sensuality, spirituality, thirst for knowledge, explore inwardly. I'm picking up that people are surrounding you, but they're not going to approach you until you kind of work on your scars, the deep scars that you ignore. That's what holds back whatever's going and what is to be or not to be. That's what I'm picking up, XXL. Maybe, no, not until these inner scars are healed. Maybe start listening to Carl Jung videos. I've been listening to Carl Jung and the Joker every day. And Carl Jung, even if you feel you're not an empath, he was a world renowned psychologist or psychiatrist, I'm sorry. He took care of world leaders, and all of his teachings are there. And if you just listen to it, he has great suggestions to help you bury your past and get through emotions and everything. That's what I would do. And I got over feeling really depressed by my dad's death within a month and a half of Carl Jung. So that's what I would do. It was the best thing that ever happened to me, this Carl Jung. Alright, Samantha. I would like to know who's coming in love or what is coming for me. Oh, good morning. This is morning, isn't it? So 1 o'clock p.m. for me is morning time for you guys. So I gotta do note to self there. Because we're on two way different time zones. So let me do a love reading for you. But how are you doing? Did you get your cappuccino? I did. I put the cappuccino powder thing. Oh, you're from Costa Rica. Yeah, I get this powdered cappuccino from Amazon. And I tell you, they gave me, oh, I'm great. They gave me these big cases and it was like $10. I don't know what country it came from. But I ended up getting 4. And then one had a crack and ended up having a couple like of those tiny little bugs. But I didn't complain because I got it real cheap and got 2 more cheap. So I threw it away. And I put it in right with my coffee. And you don't have to go to Starbucks. Not at all. So yeah. If you can, if you like cappuccino, do that. And I put my coffee creamer right in it. And I love it. And it's saved me so much money. It really has. I prefer it over going to the store and stuff. Oh, you got a lot of those there? But yeah. But, all right, you are in right now. Your whole energy field is in the Knight of Swords. And this talks about imprisonment, victim mentality, negative thoughts, self-imposed limitation, lack of clarity, and anxiety. This is not a good cycle to be in, Samantha. Not at all. Well, yeah, just get yourself some in Maxwell. I got the knockoff Maxwell House cappuccino, but it's just another name. And I just scoop it right in. It tastes just like Starbucks. And you saved yourself. And I literally have a year of Starbucks like coffee, which saves me a lot of money. It really does. And I will get you in a minute because I'm almost done with Samantha's reading. And Samantha, you're also surrounded by the Ten of Swords. And this talks about deep wounds, betrayal, finality, release, closure, acceptance, letting go, moving on, and renewal. You're in one of these cycles of closement. Then you got the King of Wands surrounding you. And this is honor, energy, passion, inspired action, initiative, ambition, drive, desire, and enterprise. I'm picking up right now the reason that you're not getting a soulmate is you haven't let go of the energy from the past totally. So, and and I've been here. I have been here, Samantha. I'm not gonna say I haven't. I've been here. Any wounds are on your soul are tests. They're tests to your inner self. But I feel it's not supposed to like linger. It's supposed to be done with soon. Maybe just start meditating and really trying to let go of things that bother you and just work on the spiritual. I got a little elephant Buddha that I in my bedroom, and it seems to be helping me. That I do feel that someone will come after you're all through with that and more positive with being able to accept a relationship. So, oh hi, Karan, how are you? How you been? All right, Rachel. Nobody. Not until you work on your inner self. You will get someone that wants sex, but it's not going to be no one that wants a relationship. That's what you got to just literally just relax and you have to let go anything that was negative, fully negative before it starts. That's the way these cycles run. I mean, you could start your work and be done in a month or two. I recommend Carl Jung teachings. They actually teach you how to separate and everything. So, but yeah, Carl Jung and the Joker too. They have the Joker things and those for self motivation. Those that have helped me through my dad's death. And the Chosen One videos. Oh my God, Chosen One videos are the best. I don't know if I believe in everything from the Chosen One videos, but they do make you feel better. You know, some of them I watch, but Carl Jung is every day. And I tend to like smart people that are for psychology, so but that's just me. Maybe you could do the Bible if you want. You could do Carl Jung, but yeah, that's all you got to do. And maybe after you get through all that work, maybe we'll do another reading and see if something comes through. I don't know. I'm sure it will. These things don't last a long time. All right, you Rachel, you want to know, can spirit tell me why my head hurts so much? I cannot tell you why your head hurts you. So, oh yeah, healing's the hardest part of life. When my dad died, I literally thought my whole life was coming down and I wanted to die. I did. And it took me having a dog and art to bring me out of my depression. And even though I'm married, there was a withdrawal from my own marriage. Because even if you're with somebody, you have to withdraw to heal. It's crazy, but that's how the world runs. I don't know why, but I feel that if you just kind of just try to relax and just try to get through things and work on yourself, I really think that in the next couple months, someone's just going to randomly show up. That's how that's how I met my husband. So it really was. I was coming off a marriage and a domestic for like 12 years. And I just ran into him one day after being with nobody for 2 years. So it took me 2 years to heal from that. I'm not saying it's going to take you 2 years. Some people only takes a month. I mean, it depends on the person, I guess they say through psychology. I just had a lot of things to deal with children and this and that, and because when you have kids with somebody, it's rough. Because if you're not together, you gotta go and separate your holidays. Sometimes the kids want you to go, even though you and their dad aren't together. I had to do separate holidays with my actual first, the second husband and first husband for a while. So it's a lot. So, if you can deal with it on your own without having the external, you're blessed. Look at it that way. If you got to deal with a 10-year-old and a 1-year-old and doing all of it, that's a lot. It really truly is. But life, they say, doesn't give you what you can't handle. So, but how you doing, Karan? You want to know what's coming for you in November? Let me see what's coming for Miss Karan. You've been in the eye of the storm for like a whole year now, almost. It's better to be in the eye of the storm than the surrounding areas. I've been in the eye of the storm of life for 10 years. And I enjoy being in the eye of the storm. But eventually you do get out of the eye of the storm, and then life just starts getting normal. But enjoy your time when you're in the eye of the storm, especially if you're an innocent. That's when you find yourself the most. I will give that advice. But you got Quran, the Knight of Cups. And this talks about individual inspiration, intuitive messages, and then about psyche abilities, artistic, inspired, dreamy, and artistic. This one represents someone that's is supposed to be with you, but it just hasn't happened yet for some reason. Then you got Three of Wands, and this talks about future planning, decisions, sticking, discovery, action plan, growth, and openness. That's not bad. Then the Page of Cups. And this talks about intuitive, gossip, messages, curiosity, possibility, free spirit, messages, happy news, wish come true. I am seeing somebody for your love, but this is going to be a man on the go that kind of watches you to see how you react to situations, but isn't really with you. It's weird. He's just standing by and seeing what you're going to do. That's what I'm seeing. Ugh. Because this guy has other possibilities. And he doesn't know if he wants to fully commit towards one person. So that's what I'm getting from that. Everybody's been sick at my work. I think they all finally got me sick. Alright. I'm getting this pumpkin going. Is this resident she has mentioned to me about this pumpkin already. Alright. Trying to get my basic lines for this decoration in here. Alright, there we go. You might not be able to see it that much because I'm in the light part of the sketch. It's kind of like where you're at, where you're still changing your lines around. A preliminary period of art. And in this stage, you really don't want to be too you don't want to be too conspicuous here. You kind of got to shade things out right. Like right over here, I'm going to connect this here. Because it's kind of how you make a pumpkin. You're just connecting lines. Alright. Alright. Now this, we're going to start the stem right here. Because this stem has to come out. It's right here. And the stem is very important. And it usually starts right here. You got to be symmetrical with stems and stuff, even though you want. It's good to make it your own. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. It's a very good idea. But there's basic ley lines so people can figure out what it is that you're drawing. And for people to figure out what it is, what you're drawing is the biggest part of art. Now I'm just taking some lines, curving the top of the pumpkin here. I'm just doing like vein work at the top of it here. And then the veins just come this way. It's kind of like when you make trees. I always say people should make trees before they start drawing. I made so many trees. Me and trees are best friends. We really are. Alright. Now I'm just going to freestyle a leaf here. These kind of leaves, I kind of freestyle. I like to call them star leaves. They're like a different variation of fall leaves. You could do it. I mean, it's just my variation of them. And I take and I shade in the veins. Just a simple shade here. And just go up this way. Just especially for this. Hello. Yeah, you can ask XYZ. I'm just making my pumpkin for my resident that keeps asking me about pumpkins. It's about what's going on in my world right now. Alright. Right in here comes another one. But yeah, I'm waiting for it. Alright. That is here. And this starts this curve right here. Gotta be careful with your curves. I realized that in drawing. God forbid, you must be careful. Especially when you're drawing Disney. Because all these intersect. Every single stinking one of these do. Believe you be. And I don't want that much of a gap over here, so I'm just going to shade some of this. You want to know if I'll have love marriage or not? I could try, but the thing is that what we think of marriage and what the other realm thinks of marriage is two different things. Marriage to the other realm is children. So to us, it's money, it's a contract, it's a binding agreement in this realm. So, where you die, your money goes to your kids, yada yada. But I could see that's really up to the sender if they go through that. So some people they don't get married for this reason because it's easier, honestly, if you don't love somebody to get out of not being married. Because once you're in there deep, you're in there deep. And that's it. There's no getting out of it. There's no you're in the thick of it, and you ain't getting out of it for even if you break up forever. Because I mean, your kid's situation will always be the same, but I will see. But I can't tell you that because a lot of that relies on free choice too. So that's a big thing too. All right, I just said one thing. You got judgment, and this talks about forgiveness, renewal, redemption, transformation, and awakening. I mean, if you get through the cycle of judgment and forgive everybody that was mean to you, I did that once. I was nasty, or just, I don't know. I'm saying there's something holding you back. I think it was somebody that you may have wronged, but you haven't made acknowledgement for it. That's what I'm picking up. I did that, it was in my 20s. I was finding nobody. Nobody. So, and I was just coming off a divorce and stuff. And it was like 2 years later, and I apologized to everybody that I was mean to. Even if they were mean to me, and I found my husband. So, we all wronged somebody at some point, or somebody wronged you and you didn't forgive them. Both parties have to forgive. And forgiveness, you got to forgive your enemies for this reason, because whoever wronged you in your life, you have to forgive them also. This is how the cycle filters out, especially if you're expecting marriage and stuff and children and things. A lot of religions sometimes they don't, I don't think they talk enough about coming out of a bad cycle and forgiving ones that did you wrong. We say, "Oh, it's so good they're in jail, they're getting raped and they committed suicide because it was so horrible in there." I get it, but the thing was is we gave them their ability to forgive everything and to face up for their everything they've done wrong. So they have done shadow work, and I guess in a sense. And they went through torture, because it is probably torture to be in prison and all that. And then the people that wronged them are just in this state of, we're better than you because we didn't do this, but the universe only sees that the energy is returned and people learn from it. So And this could be a month. It could be 2 weeks. It could be just something stupid. It doesn't even have to be dramatic. It really doesn't. Just, it could be real simple. But this is how the universe does run. I'm shading in all these signs. Yeah. I watch people. It's called people watching, Karan. Before you approach somebody, a smart person watches people and they watch how they react to other people. It's the mark of the predator or the prey. I'm more of a predator. I'm not the prey. I watch people all the time, and if I, for some reason, don't like them, I know which buttons I can press and everything, and I watch from afar. That's the way of true strength. And yeah, there is somebody, and that's okay because I admire his spirit because he's doing things right. Everybody, how you react to the world. I get it. If I was have to be with somebody for, I don't know, 20 some years and then find out years later they don't want me live streaming or this or that or they're too controlling, I mean, there would be problems. It would start with cops because I wouldn't be putting up with that. And there's people out there that are very cautious and rightfully so. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just they're just figuring you out. They might find you interesting. Maybe they find you sexy. I mean, that's what people do all day long. They watch people. The teacher they think is really really smart when you're growing up, which statistically this is a psychology thing. Is the better looking teacher they have, and generally they're a female. Sometimes they're a male, but they're generally better looking people because we perceive good looks and stuff and we're constantly glancing. Even if you're with somebody, you're constantly looking and you're going to say, oh, she's really pretty or he's really nice looking. It doesn't mean you're going to do nothing. It just means you observe. Being an observer is smart. Being smart is good. So you never know. I mean, it's that person that kind of lingers over and watches is making judgment. And then when they pursue, that means they already know what you kind of want and they respond if they like. If they don't like, they just don't respond. I'm hoping my Sally likes this damn pumpkin. You like this pumpkin? Possibly. It's nothing malicious. It's nothing malicious at all. It's actually kind of cute. We all did it when we were kids. You were in school going, the new kid came in, and they go, oh, that new kid is so good looking. And everybody goes by the new kid and blah, blah, blah. And then the guy's like, oh, she's so pretty, and yada, yada, yada. And it just goes on like that. It doesn't end just because we get older, Karan. It just gets more diplomatic as we get older. That's it. It gets more respectful, but it's all the same. I've noticed that through psychology and all my years in school and everything else. This is how humans are. We are social animals. We have to have our social aspects. And it makes us happy when we're united and we're able to reproduce. It's primal. And we are very primal creatures. I'm going over this with a marker. I'm feeling before I get involved with the paint and all this that the marker under these little things would look good. Alright, just to get these little stripe things. Or we notice these. And then I'm going to bring this in with a nice little circle. There. And then we're going to just do a hint of that. That's nice. We're going to layer this out. Hey, I mean, that's up to you. That is up to you if you want to do that, but there's somebody watching. That's the great thing about free will. It's not an indefinite thing. Indefinite beginnings, indefinite endings. That's why love is chaos. I did a paper on it in college that love is a neurosis. It was actually published. I thought it was hilarious. My teacher goes, "You want to sit there literally and write a paper that says love is a neurosis?" I said, "Yes, I do." He thought it was funny because I was, I just had my first child. And after I had my first child, it was like I'm stuck in this psychology class. And no, just somebody that you know. Okay, I feel it's somebody through someone else. I don't even feel it's malicious. I think it's just a little cute crush. I wouldn't get too worked up about it. Some people are sometimes it's not always malicious. It really isn't. He's not out to human traffic you or nothing, okay? I promise you, I would tell you if he was. It's just some random person that know of something of someone that just kind of watches over just to see. I mean, it happens in life. What are you gonna do? It's like you're not in danger or nothing. All right, I got this far, so I'm thinking pastel now, but I'm thinking markers and pastels for decorations, and it might get happier and better looking then. All right, but yeah, don't worry about it. I wouldn't sit there and go to when you're going to work and everything and worry about it. There's people that lurk at me at work. There's people lurk everywhere. Everybody lurks because that's how people are. And they do it because they're not totally sure how you're going to react. And believe you guys are not thinking about if you're the best looking or this and that. They're just looking if they can get along with you. Because my husband is very good looking, and in a lot of ways, I think he's better looking than me. And I feel he can have anyone he wants. Where we live at, the manager lady's always flirting with them. But men always, in the end, choose to be which makes them happy. And it's usually not with the best looking person. I mean, I'm not ugly, but I know I'm not a superstar. I know I'm only average looking. I mean, I try to make things a little bit, spice it up a little bit. I know what I am. I'm not a runway model, and I'm okay with it. I'm just more of a person that does more schooling, and that's okay because that's what I am, and I'm okay with that. So, all right, now I'm just gonna blend in this background with. I'm gonna do a little brown over here. I'm gonna do a little brown there, and I'm gonna put it in the corners. All right, now here this way. I'm just gonna make this pumpkin stand out. Here we go. That wasn't too bad. Well, an hour for a pumpkin. This is sad. But I guess not too terrible. In reality, I was doing other stuff, so at least I'm getting better. I'm putting these in circles to make this more like a picture like thing here. There we go. There. Just so some spots are darker than others. Kind of like cloud. I like this little cloudy effect. I figure I might as well practice this. Might as well. And it actually, I think it was a good idea to add the marker because they're kind of, for just decoration wise, it turned out lovely. But there we go. It's not horrible. It's not bad. It is what it is. You don't go outside? Maybe it's just someone has a crush on you at work. You go to work, don't you? Everybody goes to work. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, that's probably half of the reason you're not meeting other people. All right. All right. I'm going to put some orange paint with this. I think that's what I need to do. I got some little paint things out. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. If you're paranoid, it's just someone that has a crush on you, and there's nothing. I mean, you are looking for love. All right, we're gonna put some acrylic paint this way. Make it stand out a little bit more. I cheat. Instead of making my own colors, I buy them pre-made. You can get them unpre-made too, but and then start blending in your own colors. But you got a busy weekday. This is sometimes what you got going on. Yeah, but don't worry about none of this current. It's just someone that has a little crush. It's not a big deal. Like in Vampire Diaries, everybody had a crush on Elena. I mean, I know that we ignore each other because we go through like all these hashtags and everything. But sometimes when people see you from afar and they can pick up an energy signature, it's worth a lot more than words. Because you could feel a connection or not a connection. So, that I will say. I mean, maybe it's easier for me to get it, but most people can't pick up energy signatures, is the thing. So they got to rely on looking at your eyes and stuff. I don't really have to, but it's just because the universe blessed me, if you want to call it that. All right, I think the acrylic paint really helped our cause. I got this now. I think I'm going to leave the leaf just like it is. And it's going to be the perfect pumpkin for Miss Sally. I mean, she was over there threatening me over this pumpkin. So she got a damn pumpkin. Alright, now I am going to dig for a flower because I have another resident. It was her birthday. And she kept asking me about a rose, and I made her a rose, and she forgot I made her a rose. So now I got to draw out another rose on these because if I take my sketch thing, the sketch paper, I got to laminate it. And that means me and my brother got to go to one of these stores that do posters and everything and laminate it. So I'm not trying to do all that. I will just make another one. It's easier to make these on poster board. Rose sketch images. Alright. Okay, now I'm getting somewhere. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, God. Okay, here we go. Rose sketches. It is her birthday, so I'm trying to make this a decent rose because I really want to come back today and do an eagle. I've been trying to do an eagle for I don't know how long, but like 3 days. But between my family and everything else, it's crazy. They got all these other, and then there's cleaning, and then there's Amazon orders. I've Amazon Prime days. I spent like $400 on Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is amazing. I love it. You can buy anything you want in the Amazon Prime. All right, let's see here. I want to get a basic lines. I kind of like how they have this one rose. Oh, it's a half open rose, and then I can add all my little stuff to it once I get all these lines. I just get like the basic lines and then add to it. These are the lines that you get when to know it is a rose. That's it. Other than that, I already know how to do leaves and everything else. I'm not worried about all that. I got bigger pencils now. It seems to be helping. It really, really is. Instead of doing like a bushel, I'm thinking about doing the rose in the middle and maybe do something else around it. I don't know. We'll start with this one. I'll just like get my little ideas here. I'm gonna just redo a. I'm gonna do a stem and get this going for Christine since she literally got Burger King for her birthday. That was it. So I told her that this would be her present. Right. Now, gotta get all these beginning lines because you're going to be shading and moving these around. And sometimes you can move them around different ways, but just like the basic order before you add extra petals of your own. This is kind of what I do before I add extra stuff because sometimes you are going to add your extra stuff, but you got to have this inner core done a certain way or it just looks stupid. And then after a while, then you can't figure out what you got. So you got to, I'm just getting the whole entire thing of this together now. It's the best thing to do. All right, I'm going to go around this other way here. All right, kind of setting the course here for how big the rose is this way. Where a little lip goes that way. In here. Kind of just follow the lines, but it's like learning to play basketball. You just kind of learn all your ley lines and different things and get to where you could duplicate somebody else's work. And then after that, just to refresh yourself with beginner starter lines, that's all you need. Okay, now these are doing the inner ones. I like to sometimes just sculpt the outside first. I find it much easier to do it this way. Oh my god. It's a beast trying to do any other way. Alright. Now this is like a sideways one because I kind of wanted to get around a sideways rose before I started adding a bunch of stuff to it. Because even flowers can be sideways, just like eyes can be sideways. Anything could be different, just like when I did the elephant going up the side of the mountain. I mean, flowers can grow sideways. It does not matter in nature. Alright, I want this to come down this way. And this lip is here, but we got to show over here. This. And then there's a line here because we're representing just definitions of a sideways positioning. Because all the lines, like the different extra lines, they represent position in a sketch. So yeah, that's what we got. We just did positioning. It's so easy. And positioning is very important. I want to say positioning is just as important as I don't know, it's just getting it's a part of what you're drawing. So positioning would be the second most more important thing you do. And just like here, we're going to bring these out and over this way. That's what we want. We want it out and over. Out and over. Because you got to get really good at positioning lines. Especially when you sculpt out these here. And yeah. I'm going to add more leaves. Hell yeah. But that's okay. Leaves are good. And then I just kind of like to squiggle it so it's broken up a little. Because the veins are indefinite when you do these kind of things. There we go. This I'm just bringing straight out just to show, because it's going up more. Because every leaf is different. I don't know if you guys knew that. Just like every snowflake is different, so is every leaf. These are fun artist facts. And I am just going to go ahead and shade in these leaves right now. I like to shade around my leaves. Especially like kind of when I'm done cultivating it. Because you kind of see the dimension of it then. Because it brings it out. Just like a picture. Oh, I'm good. I made this for my resident. She kept talking. I don't know. I think it looks kind of crappy, but she kept talking about I made all these other people pumpkins and I didn't make her a pumpkin. So this was where me and Sally are at. So I'm up here sketching for her. Because I swear to God, if I don't have a pumpkin in this woman's room, there are going to be problems. And then the other one was her birthday, and I never made her a rose. And these residents like flowers. I'm not the person that's going to come in. I'm not bringing you flowers. I'm bringing you a flower painting, and that's it. I have stopped buying Christmas presents. I told my kids I'm making you a painting, and that's it. So the residents expect this out of me now. So here we go. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Government exams. IRDAI. Okay. I hope I will do an energy field on how it looks like with this job, but it sounds very exciting, but very. I don't want to. I'm trying to think of the word. Stressful. A lot of responsibility. That's coming to my mind. Anything with the government's stressful, and I'm not even talking in a spiritual sense here. I thought being a nurse was stressful. OMG. Does that sound even 100 times more stressful than being a nurse? I think that makes being a nurse look like it's not stressful at all, that kind of job. I don't know. I would I'll do the reading, but if you happen to get that job, make sure you do stuff to control your own happy sanity. Those kind of jobs will test you. They really will. So, this is why I won't be a nurse. You got to call the family members. Then, after you call the family members, oh, yeah. You just how you handle it. I don't handle stress very much because I have depression. And I can't be around a high stress environment. Some people could cope with stress naturally better. I guess it depends on how you are as an individual. Some people meditate for before these stressful jobs they go to, and I'm not saying don't take it. It's a chance of a lifetime, take it, but maybe learn to meditate more or just take time. I'm not saying you don't, but if or pray or whatever. But learn to like let go of negative energy because these kind of jobs will eat your soul apart. They really will. So being a nurse will eat your soul apart. And I'm just talking about nursing. This anything with government is even more intricate. So once you get into it, you've been into it 10, 15 years, it's even worse. These nurses that I've seen some nurses that got blamed for stuff they didn't even do and they got their whole life stripped. Last week there was an STNA, a state tested nursing assistant, used a mechanical lift and didn't have no one with them. And they got put in jail for, I want to say, it's something about because they dropped the resin and they died. It's not with intent. It's like it's not aggravated homicide. It was something else. But they still got put in jail. So yeah, these jobs, you guys gotta be aware and don't be too trusting of everything because even in nursing, it's bad. I'm just letting you know. Sometimes you got to do that in life. You got to let other people know. I always get help for everything. I'm not going to be on no news. But you are in the Ten of Cups. What's your situation with the exam? And this talks about gratitude, wishes coming true, abundance, enjoyment, celebration, balance, and success. That's a very good card to get for this test you got going on. And then you're surrounded by the Chariot. And this talks about success, action, determination, motivation, leadership, travel, movement, ambition, and willpower. That's surrounding this situation. Then the Two of Cups is surrounding your job field too. And this talks about harmony and balance, unity, compatibility, happy couples, potential soulmates. You're going to meet someone at work when you get this job. That's what I'm picking up. I see you getting this. I see you nailing this exam. I see it. So take your job and don't be. And if you get stressed out, make sure that you remember to just to do your job and try not to let people get in your way of your happiness because you're going to need your job. You already meet. There's somebody in there. Oh, next year. I don't know. I see you getting it next year then. I do see you getting in this job, but like I said, whatever steps you need to take, go ahead and take them. But remember that not everyone's your friend. I made that mistake early in my nursing career, and sometimes I got disappointed, but now I just go in with I don't care. So that's how you gotta be. If someone doesn't care about you, you just tell them, I don't care about you either, and you walk away. It blows their mind. They don't know what to think because literally you're not saying you're mad, you're glad, or anything. You're just saying you don't care. And when you don't care, that messes up that other person. It really does. That's how I am at work all the time. I care about the residents. Don't get me wrong. I'm over here sketching for these damn residents because I love the residents, but worker wise, if they are, if I don't, I think they're sketchy and they get on my nerves and we're taking care of people, I don't care side comes out and they hate it. Hate it. Do they hate it? Do I care? No. Oh, Devon. Look at that. Oh, hi, Bill Banks. How you doing? I'm over here sketching for my residents again. I was trying to do serious pieces, and evidently they don't care about elephants. They care about me making them a pumpkin and a rose. I didn't know that this was my job in life, but apparently it is. So this is from my resident Christine. And I made all my Halloween things, but Sally for 3 days straight has been torturing me, so this is hers. Because she says she has nothing for her door. The residents tell everybody that a famous person made everything, and I keep and one nurse was laughing, and she was like, "I can't even take down the decoration. They say someone famous made it," and I was like, "I am not famous." I said, "Famous people have way more money than me." And she's laughing. She goes, "Well, you're getting recognition." But yeah, it's free art. It seems like when people get free art, somehow you get recognition. I don't know. But how you been, Devin? How's your love life been going on? You have a more active love life than all of us. You are Romeo. I'm married, and you got more things going on than married people do. This is a good thing. I'm not poking fun at you. I'm glad. I choose to be a hermit. I like, if I was anyone on Star Wars. Oh, I'm sorry. What happened, Devin? I didn't see your thing. What happened to the Romeo of Chong the dog? I gotta know who hurt you, Devin. You are such a nice person. All right. All right, I think I'm gonna do a whole. I'm gonna do like little trees, maybe. But yeah, I actually love Shay, but I think she was my karma. Do you see her reaching out? Well, this does happen sometimes. I will see. You know, I'm always here for you, Devin, but I will see. Sometimes this does happen, though. I've got karma. I was really mean to a guy once, and my grandmother's garage needed to be cleaned out, and he came, cleaned it out, and this and that. And, I was really, really good looking when I was younger, and I needed it cleaned soon, and I got my karma right back at me. Someone ended up breaking up with me. It happens to good looking people. Sometimes our egos get eluded. So, no worries though. Let's see what's going on. You will bounce back. You will have somebody. You're not a malicious person. So, people have heartbreaks every day, Devin. It's not a big deal. Heartbreaks are part of life. All right. That whole situation is in, with you and Shay, is in the Seven of Cups. This talks about opportunities, choices, illusion, fantasy, temptation, indulgence, overwhelming, overwhelm, confusion, and deception. Well, geez. And that's surrounded by the Five of Pentacles. And this is hardship, rejection, isolation, worry, adversary, struggle, bad luck, illness, or scandal, disgrace. Definitely some hardships going on. I mean, obviously not the divorce, but Then Seven of Swords. Dang. This is cheating, theft, strategy, flexibility, resourcefulness, escaping detection, staying ahead of the game. I don't know. I feel like she doesn't have pure intentions. I I think she wants that control. I mean, you can't let someone control you, Devin. I mean, some people, they don't mean to be narcissists, but sometimes they are because of their own eluded ego. Sometimes you could have the ego just because you're trying to guard yourself. That's the most common ego. So, I'm going to try to do some little bushes here. But yeah, she got the ego and she's trying to control you. This is what happens to the beautiful people in the world. This is why I'm like Master Yoda over here. If I was to be any kind of Star Wars person, I want to say it would be Master Yoda. Because I'm on the short side too. But yeah, I've been there. I would just. I don't know if it was so much your karma. I think it's going to be her karma. I do see you getting somebody else. I really, really do. So, I don't know, whatever you need to do to maybe make yourself feel better. Because love is very chaotic. It's so chaotic, it's ridiculous. You know, I might be able to do a water snake laugh out loud. Maybe these could be puddles, things in the water. Okay, maybe that's what we'll do. And I'll do a little rock over here. Alright. 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 I'm gonna do a little rock this way. I'm really trying to paint water, Devin. Let me think about it a second here. I always don't need the cards. Think about someone's intentions, but I see her coming to you first through social media, and it's going to be a hard punch when that happens because she's going to come across like a narcissist. And then she's going to try to tell you she's sorry. And at that point, I guess it's really kind of up to you how you want to handle it. But I don't know. I don't I don't like going back on somebody I don't trust. That's the thing. There's going to be a lot of I'm sorries and can you take me back type of thing. So I don't know if you're prepared for all that because that's a lot. And there's a lot of people going through this bad karma that ever since that damn eclipse happened, it's been demanding its energy from people that have taken from it. So that it has. Alright. Alright, I got this so far. I'm trying to do me some water. I'm trying to do like a reflection in the water type thing. I'm trying to be fancy, Devin. Like the real artists in the world. Not the ones that draw pumpkins and stuff. I'm getting there. When I could draw water, Devin, I'm somebody. Until I could draw water, I'm just one of these people that's just learning art. Floating through life, as they say. Alright. I've noticed with these things, you gotta really shade these out. Shade it out like you haven't shaded anything in your life. There we go. Yeah, it's all about this subtle shading. It's annoying, too. I kind of got some leaves clumped together. I don't know, I might do a frog. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe I can make this a lily pad. I can if you like me to. I don't know, does this look like a lily pad to you? I'm trying to get a lily pad going. I mean, if it just looks like grass, it's not the worst thing. It really isn't. It's nice. Can you tell it's water? I'm trying to get this water down pat. I want to get the frog on the lily pad. I'm just doing some light shading here. Because I'm going to put all the colors of the water. You know, one of these little small mush pond type things where the frogs would be. Not nothing that's like maybe the edge of the pond type thing. With one lone rose because she requested a rose. And then I will be left alone probably for 3 months. Thank God. These residents be wanting their stuff, I tell you. I give them these guys this stuff and I think they want to put it up in the inheritance when they die, when they're giving it to people. This is how serious my life is getting these days. But I've accepted my fate. I started out in nursing. I will end my days in nursing, even if it's with limited hours, because this is what I am. I'm a healer. All right, you had the Wheel of Fortune on this. And this talks about a turning point, luck, opportunity, generosity and change, movement and balance. Very interesting. But this whole situation is going to happen. Then there's the Six of Wands. And this talks about praise, joy, satisfaction, milestone. Sean, what are you doing? Okay, milestone, goal, homecoming, pride, break, enjoyment, and fame. Out of this whole situation, you're going to get more popular. I'm seeing that. Okay, here it is. Here she is. Judgment. There's awakening, judgment, outcome, accountability, forgiveness, renewal, redemption, and transformation. She's going to try to come back and she's going to ask for forgiveness. And you are going to be more successful, my friend. That's what I see for you. And this is a very good thing. Chong, what the heck are you doing over there? Chong, leave Jumanji alone. Chong! My dog's impossible. Yeah, I see a lot of good stuff for you, Devon. I'm gonna see how. I'm gonna draw me a. I'm gonna see if they have any damn frog things I can. Oh, ley line sketches I can get in here for frog. Now that I got my lily pad. Alright, Chong. I get it, okay? Leave him alone. Alright. He does not get along with my cat. Not at all. Or does he like the people that clean our hallways? He does not like them either. The people with the vacuum. And I'm always home with him through the week. And as I'm home with him through the week, I gotta hear his complaining about the vacuum in the hallway. He just really doesn't like it. Not at all. It's actually almost better that I work on the weekend because the vacuum people aren't here. And then the lawn people, oh my God. He gets upset with the lawn people with all their loud stuff outside. It's probably good that I'm here when the landscapers are here. Alright, I got this just to reinforce that. Okay, I don't know what Microsoft's doing now. Alright, here we go. Maybe I'll put like his head coming out of the water type thing. I think that would be fun. And I think I have green something. Alright. Sketching of a frog. Gotta make sure I get his face good. Frog. Yeah, frogs are not my favorite people sometimes. I do love all animals, but I don't like the fact that they have so many different. I don't know the all the organisms that are there, and you gotta wash your hands with certain ones, and then the salamina. They say it's like some of the toxins they give out. Some of them. You gotta be careful with outside animals. So I hope that one day we get to where, because some of these chemicals that go out in the environment are ruining the environment, but I get it, it's not going to be fixed in a day. It's probably not going to be fixed before I die. But if we got a plan of action and somebody smart steps in, hopefully soon it happens. Something got to happen soon. All right. Okay, there's a little frog this way. So this is good. I'm going to put them down here. Alright. Okay, it's two things. Is the one foot goes here, that goes there, and that goes there. That's pretty basic. I'm going to have one in this position. Chong, what are you doing? Chong! Alright. I have no clue. My dog keeps making noise. This is one side of my studio. Hang on. What he's doing over there? I'm trying to add a frog. Chong, what are you doing? What is over here? What is over here? What? Alright. Just leave Jumanji alone, Chong. I will take you outside. No, it's not Halloween today. It's my new hairs. I figured when I was younger, they used to do. There used to be Elvira a long time ago. And she was fun, and I used to love her wigs and extensions. Loved them. And I figured, why not have all the fun like I used to have when I was younger with you guys? So I said, why not? So I went on Amazon, my best friend, you know, Devon, and I got me some extensions. There's no more issues, no more about how my hair is going to look. You wear dirt all the way. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the wigs. Elvira did them. I know you remember Elvira. And Mr. Ghoul. I don't know if you remember Mr. Ghoul. He was pretty cool. He used to like be on kind of like where Big Chuck and Little John was back in the day. The Ghoul was pretty big too. But I figured why let the old times go away. So I decided to get me some wigs and extensions, and then this way I don't gotta worry about it, and my hair's growing out just fine, and I have not had to bleach my hair. Not at all. Alright, now I'm working this. I made this for Sally, my resident. And I'm making this for my other resident. I'm trying to fit in this little. I'm making a silhouette here of a frog, and I'm trying to draw water because this is my ultimate goal in life. I will know that I did something great if I can get this done. Alright. Alright, now in here. Alright, I'm doing the same as this side. Alright, just like that, and up in here. Alright. Except I'm putting his little feet over this way. And I actually think that this is one of the most easiest things I've actually had to draw. It's not even hard drawing a frog. It's actually really super easy. It's just getting them in, kind of disguised in the little scenery. But I figured, let's see how this looks by water. Because my ass needs to start learning how to do water very soon. Because it is a progression. And I need to learn the progression. And the progression of an artist is learning water. So Oh, I think he's looking at my cat. This is what my dog does, which is why I'm glad that I stay home. Alright, I'm gonna have to put more marker things around here so you can see where his eyes are coming in. Alright. Okay, now gotta sculpt this. And then I guess they have two little tiny dots for their nose. That's what a frog looks like. And then there's two indentations this way. Alright. Alright, and apparently their belly is lighter than their legs. So I'm just going to shade around his legs so it looks realistic. Whenever you do your drawings, you want to make sure they get realistic looking. Because what's the point if it doesn't look real when you're drawing? All they're supposed to tell what the hell it is. Think about it. Alright, making these lines a little bit darker, especially by their front feet here, which I feel sorry for these guys. Poor feet. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean to them in nature, but I don't know if I would want feet like this. I mean, far be it for me to judge about other feet, but I don't know. It would be nice if they had a podiatrist or something for the froggies. But then by that time, everybody eats frog legs. They would just eat them, so that would just be all that went. Alright, we're gonna shade this way. That's it. We shaded in a frog. Okay, I am manifesting so much research, it's heading me back to Europe and USA. Oh my god. What the hell are you researching over there? I have two soulmates. One in Netherlands, which appears to be an act, one in Bulgaria. The Bulgaria one appears to be a singer, and I'm narrowing down the soulmate. Wow. Well, good for you. I'm proud of you. You're really serious about these soulmates, aren't you? I have found that soulmates can be a PIA, pain in the ASS. Whenever you get these soulmates, if you stay with them or whatever, they cause drama through your whole life, one way or another. They never fully go away. I have a soulmate with because both my kids have different fathers. I have two children. My first was my first fiance, and he still takes care of Brandon. His ass is 31. He's getting, I think it's $3 or $4 million or some shit like that. I don't know, something like that. He's getting that and his land settlements and stuff, but yeah. And that soulmate is never going away. So I guess I'm just putting a cautionary tale is be careful what you choose. Sometimes when you choose things, you do get them, but then you got to deal with the consequences. And this is high drama people. And honestly, I have to deal with two men for the rest of my life, and there was children out of the union. And there literally is nothing me and my husband could do about it. They're there forever. So, your ex was a twin flame. You know, my sister, she keeps talking about this twin flame stuff. Is that just because for the Gemini thing? Or the Scorpio, I mean? I mean, what Aries does Aries people have twin flames, or is it just Scorpio? I guess that's my question. I deal more with scientific and energy transmissions. That's what I generally deal with. I just find it fascinating with this whole entire twin flame thing. So please explain to me. You are the man of research. I'm just getting all of this stuff since this is her birthday painting here. Because once I get all of this pasteled out, all of this counts. And God help me with this water. Alright. Twin flames are to teach a lesson. Mystic connection. Yes, Aries has twin flame. Maybe Brian was one of these flames because it did teach me to be less of bitch. And after he left me, he got happily married to somebody else. And he did get his wish. He got a son. So maybe he is my twin flame. I thought it was literally just Scorpio. Well, maybe that is the science. If you talk to my son, he just says to move on in life, you just got to say, I don't give a F, and you move on. This is what my older son and me were talking about. I'm talking about Carl Jung. He's talking about that. It sounds like that. Yeah. Yeah, it seems, he literally cheated on me with this girl from the strip club. Somehow gets ass. He just fell ass into money. He's like a big boss somewhere on top of everything else, and I had to literally watch him, and I was struggling through college, become get all kinds of money and this and that. I mean, he's always had 3, 4 cars. And I was just like, I'm a good person. What did I do wrong? Oh, you did a sketch of her. I didn't know you were a sketch artist. Maybe you can give me tips on water. Yeah, I can check your energy. Yeah, I didn't know you were a fellow sketch artist because I'm trying to learn this trade. And I need all the help I can get. I really, really do need help. Especially trying to get water down pat. But yeah, I'll check the energy on your ex. I know how that is when you have to deal with an ex and then watch them be happy. That's the worst. I want to say that they say everything else can be bad, but I think that's pretty damn bad when you got to watch them be happy. They're in the entire existence because we have a kid together, so I get reports of how his marriage is doing fine and he's making a lot of money and yada yada yada. And then he sits there and tells me crap. All talks to my son saying, "Oh, does she still do that tarot card stuff?" Because he's a Roman Catholic, and that's it. Just goes to church and that's it type thing. This is probably one of the reasons why we're not together. Not because I judge about it, but honestly, most of my people are Catholic that watch me laugh out loud. And he always has something crazy to say about it. But yeah, let me just concentrate that on for 1 second and just get these shaded a little bit more, kind of where I want them before I get my pastels. Can you draw water, synthesize souls? Because, oh my God, if you have any advice on water, I would love to hear it. Love to hear it. Drawing water, it seems very hard. I'm trying to get a mirror image of water. Alright, I think we're good there. Alright, I'm gonna leave it just like that. And there we go. There's the rose, and I gotta get all that other stuff. Oh, a psychic did. Alright. Well, I guess YouTube will have to teach me how to draw water. Maybe this is a psychic gift. Coming across being able to draw, who knows? I just have fun with it. I just live until I die. And that's it. Everybody, my brother, our cousin works for the FBI and she's a sketch artist, so he was telling me to start small scenes and it will come to me. So while I have these things in the water, I kind of decided to do me a lily pad and everything else. I'm trying to follow her advice too, but we'll see. One day I'll be a superstar when I could paint water. I'll be excited. By that time, I'll probably have a shit ton of my own money. The way this lawsuit's going, it's all going to come together at once, and I'm going to have enough money to have. My brother sent me a TikTok video. You'll find this hilarious. Of this husband goes, "Oh, my wife's Amazon orders coming over. It's a train with just Amazon and all these carts coming in." And he was like, "That's Rob. When you order Amazon," I thought it was funny. He was sending me that, and I would if I had that kind of money. I would. But anyway, synthesize souls. Your whole situation with the soulmates and Five of Cups. And this talks about despair, yearning, disappointment, regret, boredom, dissatisfaction, stagnation, nostalgia, and heartbreak. This is why I say love is chaos. Then you got Six of Swords. And this talks about progress, moving on, moving forward, calm after the storm, overcoming hardship and relief. That's one of them. And the other one you're in the King of Pentacles with. And this talks about adept, reliable, supportive, steady, wealthy, successful, ambitious, confident, disciplined, and resourceful. So you got two kinds of women. They still could be your choices. So one's moving on and moving forward, and one is just being resourceful and she's successful. That's what I'm getting. But one is working on getting out of your life completely. I guess you could wait and just see where things take you. You couldn't do that. That wouldn't be a horrible thing. Alright, I'm just gonna start scribbling this in here. Maybe I should talk to that psychic that you talked to. Maybe she got ideas about water. If she could draw faces, she might be able to draw water. Alright, well, I got that. Looks like a nice little froggy. Kind of mixes in with everything. So I'm gonna take this, do this way. Alright, now I'm going to find a marker. Alright, Crayola. Woohoo! Alright, we're going to take a Crayola marker. We're going to just go the outline only of Mr. Froggy. Here we go. Now, the reading sounded like a past, present, and future combined. Sometimes it happens like that. It's all the fun is figuring it out. I don't get full downloads. Some of it is just for the sender to figure out. Because it's not my business to know fully everything that happens with a person. It's just me. I just give details that could be useful. That's how the gift works. Alright, I got this here. I decided to put a marker in with the situation. He's going to get overwhelmed here. He got all this stuff going on in his lily pad. You can't even see he's there. There's just so much growth everywhere. So we're just going to bring him out a little, Alright, we're just going to fan out all of this here. I don't know, it might not come out like water at all at this point. It might just be a cozy lily pad. Well, it'll be something. We're going to call it something for sure. Alright, we're just going to bring all this. I'm going to put more glue in here. Alright. Alright, I'm just shading in with my pastels now. And whatever way you have your lines is kind of where you want to just push it on the paper because you're getting all these nice little things here. Then I want to make I'm trying to think what would be the best color for rose now. Oh, jeez. Alright, I guess it's pink. Alright. I broke that because sometimes these are better if they're broken a little. Learned that from a famous artist. He always had a bunch of broken pastels. And he did. One of my residents was a famous artist. It was with the Cleveland Indians. And he did a lot of their work, like their face drawings and everything. So, alright, just got that there. Now we got to get some blue in this water. We got to show where some spots could be water. Because there is a damn lily pad right here, so I'm going to start just putting hints of blue in here. There we go. Put blue right there. And right up, I don't know, it looks more like grass to me. Alright, I'm going to put blue skies. I'm just fanning these out. That's what's the best part to do is just to fan these out. Because you want to go around because you want this to look nice and pretty. I don't know. I guess it's an accent of water. It's not the water I wanted, but I'm not going to get that for probably about a year anywho. So at least I tried. And that's all you could do when you're a sketch artist is try. Alright, I'm just bringing this over around. Because when you're shading color, it's the same thing about shading lines. Shading is shading is shading. It's just different ways of shading. You could shade hair colors, you could shade anything in life. Shading is a part of life. Alright. Okay, this is as good as this is getting. It's not quite the water I wanted, but it's not terrible either. But it has some really, really good, and it's right on my sketch pad. I don't even care about all this stuff. My stuff's messy anyways. But okay. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna try to come back. You have a good day at work. Everyone have a great day at work. I'm gonna try to come back and do an eagle. And I'll see you guys later.